Hey, this is Rogue, and I'm going to be looking over my POV from our match on Monday, which is against Order of the White Lotus in Season 6 of RGL Invite. Now, we... I wanted to look over this game in particular, first to get better in the better habit of looking over more of my demos, but more importantly because this is my favorite map, and the one I've definitely done the most work on. Like, Viaduct as Medic is the most difficult map for sure in Highlander because it's so close and so much can kill you so quickly, so it really pushes you and tests you. So that's why I enjoy this map a lot, because your weaknesses are revealed right away and your strengths are also rewarded instantly, so it's really interesting as Medic. But I came in really hot against Krusty Krab and against Squirt Yay and stuff in scrims, but then in this match I felt super sluggish, like I couldn't really play my own game or get anything going. So I want to take a look here and see why that was. You know, is it stuff on my controller? Was I just not in the right headspace or something like that? Or was their team playing exceptionally well? Who knows? So we're going to find out. I also remember in particular I had a hard time with my rollouts, so we're going to pay a bit of extra attention to how I get to mid and handle the mid fights. Because there were some of those, like I kind of like the faster rollouts, just running straight through here, but then someone like one of the demos just piped me instantly. Great heal order. Triple getting a full buff. Unfortunately, he goes down. RJ calling we want to walk, but Zuki doesn't want to go yet. We're now down 3. Yeah. Okay. So that's interesting. So once we were down that many players, yeah, I remember this happening, of course. Once we were down that many players, I probably should have gotten in a better position to leave, which might have involved playing with Zuki on hill there. But if their sniper is in pocket or on China, then I cannot cross, so... You know, maybe it was a losing situation already, but probably the best thing. Nice shot from Triple and Marty to clean up their combo here. I can't believe we won that mid. But, yeah, I probably should have backed up with Zuki there and gotten ready to go once, like, you know, we lost Triple right away. If we didn't kind of turn it around instantly, then we would have been losing regardless. Water Enemy takes off the Razorback. Yes, yeah, we're spy checking a little bit behind myself on the walk up to this thing. Healing, yeah, Suzuki called that he was playing forward. Oh, jeez, I have no idea where Catalyst came from. And that's the kind of call, as soon as our heavy goes down, I can't really hold there anymore. And I think I probably should have been leaving already once Suzuki was getting injured. Like, I could have outed him while walking backwards, but we also talked about wanting to choke up a little bit more and play more aggro across point, so I guess, you know, that's kind of enough worth the risk, but the Catalyst played really, really well there. I remember being very impressed by him in this match. Like he was playing super well. Micah too did a lot of work on Spy. So we don't have here yet, but I'm guessing neither do they if I'm this close. This is nice spy checking. Great spy checking. Getting the arrows ready, but Zuki was at full health initially. Now he really needs arrows, but with that amount of spam we're taking, there's no way. Yeah, there. Can't quite say what the problem was from a team perspective. Maybe we had too many players like bunched up. Maybe we needed to like push our flank farther behind, or just say everyone shoot on the hill and then ignore main. That way we'd at least win one of the fights rather than lose both. Now we're even. I'm staying in good enough position, but I couldn't be jumped anywhere. Ooh, not sure. It seems like their sniper must have been up maybe on rock is why I popped so early in main. I didn't leave early enough, but like I should have left like 5% earlier of a difference. This is nice positioning. I really, really want to be healing Triple and RJ here, but I don't want to be extending so far across the point. I'm healing Penguin there because he can get in and make a lot of space right away, whereas with RJ I'm going to keep being able to heal him. I think that was a nice heal order there. Great arrows here. So we're down a lot here, but we also had won the fight and have good positioning, so I kind of overstayed the welcome a little bit by playing so far forward, but yeah, I think that was the right time to get out. I want to be healing Watterson here. I should have been healing him. Now this is fine to not our RG because we're so close to Uber and we know they're not going to push quite yet. Buffing Triple. Now I'm just kind of spy checking like crazy. Man, this is great spy checking. Yeah, really nice delay there, but yeah, we were having a lot of problems like that with our Uber calls. Like, we kind of have Zuki doing the majority of the calling, and if not, then I'm saying when we're using Uber. But then suddenly, you know, like, here, triple went right, RJ goes left, and I gotta pick one of them to Uber. And then they're like, all right, save me left, but I'm like all the way across the right, hiding behind a rock and stuff, so that's definitely something we need to work on as our combo, is coordinating, like, you know, when we say we're going in, we have to, I guess, make very clear who we're taking and where. Then again, we were kind of waiting for their Uber. I think it was just, like, we were waiting for their pressure to force our Uber. So you saw we played really well there. We had a great Uber, super late, in really good positioning. Oh! The bow bandit. A great spy checking too, turning around this frequently. You have to be super careful as medic with the like tight corners on the rock, because even if you like think you're spy checking by turning around, look at the arm on that. That was one hell of a sandwich throw. But yeah, you have to be super careful with those really tight corners on the rock, because even if you think you're spy checking, the spy could just like hold a really tight corner and decloak on you. Great Uber here. I think RJ had put a stick on the floor, and I should have like called for him to jump, or he should have called to me that he wanted to jump. That's something sometimes we'll decide when I'm at like 30% left in the Uber or something, or like I'll see him think about doing it or realize, but I think maybe we need to work out like when to do it. I'd say before the Uber starts, rather. So now they should pressure into us and go for sack, so I play it here on Cliff. Now Zuki drops off Cliff. I don't know if it's the play for me to stay here. We did, I don't know where our mini is. I think it, I don't know. Yeah, see, I kind of stayed here too long. It was nice when I was there with Zuki, but you saw Catalyst had, first of all, a very good jump. I mean, he had to go, I guess, like, I think he pogoed off of their pride or something, because, you know, Zuki couldn't even stop that bomb, who was like, right there. But, yeah, I guess I should have jumped down onto the hill, but it kind of sucks to be taking that same spam and not really, you know, kind of be in a sniper sight line and stuff like that. And now we're in a bit of a tough spot. The sniper has a lot of room on us. I don't know why I rotate right here by myself with no one to heal. Oh, because we were down a lot of numbers, especially in our combo. Like, Marty had just spawned now. Zuki was already dead. So I couldn't really stay rock. Otherwise, I would just die. Thought for sure he was going to stand still after calling medic. 3. Oh, I forgot they win this round. Yeah. This is actually like a kind of a great post fight. Like, arrow spy checking after arrows is so strong because you have the passive reload. You don't need to actively look. RJ is not in the fight currently, so Zuki needs the arrows more. Oh no! We probably would have lost that anyway. He got so baited. You saw, as you saw there, RJ called for medic and then immediately steps to the right when I fire the arrow, or his right anyway. Let's pay close attention what happens on this rollout. I delayed for a bit. I guess I missed the door. Okay, most of my good heals that I missed Marty, but it sucks. In Highlander, there's no way to buff all 9 players the way they want. Or, well, I guess that there's only 8 of them and not everyone needs it. But, yeah, like, for getting a sniper and soldier and pyro and demo and scout with the, like, 6 seconds you get to walk to mid. 8 seconds to walk to mid. Yeah, I don't know. I want to see if other medics maybe hold it closer to the rock. When I like to hold with my back against the house because I can see the spam coming in and dodge rockets, and I'm at least not as close, so my escapes are faster as well. But maybe I'm just taking more spam because it's easier for stuff to hit that back wall than it is for it to hit like behind, right on the fence of the rock. So that can contribute to it. And again, a great play from the spy, like just chilling, and then decloak. Another calling medic, standing still, and then running when I fire the arrow. These guys. That's a great example, too. Like, if you have one of those nights where you're... like, one of those teams, anyway, and one of those nights where, like, you're hitting all your arrow timings perfectly, you're really nailing these arrows, and, like, it'll straight up win rounds. It's so powerful and something that you can't really measure. But that's why this map is so wonderful for medic. It's like suffocating for the enemy team if no matter what they do, the guy's back in the fight 4 seconds later because you arrowed them. great heal priority, keeping everyone topped up here. A heal distribution anyway. Remember, it takes 10 seconds for any class's buff to fade. That's even like a Kunai Spy buff of 30 health takes just as long as a 300 health heavy going to 450. So I know I kind of have like once I stop healing someone for 1 or 2 seconds, then they're ready to be topped up again. So here, their team kind of starts to go in, but we have Uber and want to exchange with them. We were talking about like exchanging deeper and closer so that we could like choke up on it. Maybe now the call is to like wait for them to use first. I don't know. I mean, it worked, and this Uber seems pretty good. We definitely didn't get forced, and it was very comfortable for us. I don't know. I think if I were me, I would have held it closer on point. But this is phenomenal. You can't ask for anything more. A full wipe, I think, when a melon goes down. Yeah. Now buffing Waterson is super important. I guess getting our guys out, that's fine. Past me. I give that a B+. Healing Waterson though is important, but also Waterson like wasn't playing around me, you know, and that was. No, I guess not a problem, but that was something that has been happening already throughout scrims, like even running the Razorback, just playing on flank away from combo and stuff. So, you know, Viaduct is like really, really like disgusting to play when the sniper is really getting tanked full time. But, you know, that's not how we were playing at the time, and that's alright enough. That's even the thought, like, okay, if I don't heal Waterson now, I should heal him in another 3 or 4 seconds. Here I used to save triple. I didn't really need to use here because we had such a big ad. But I'm like, okay, if our team is so hurt, this all the way, like this far across point, there must be something, like they must be that close, right? Maybe it was called to me that someone wanted to use, but yeah, I don't know. Like if RG's taking spam and triples on our side of point, nice surf. Getting behind the rock so we can't even hit me with anything. Excellent surf. Do I have the draft thing? Ah, I can't open tab, but I forgot it's not. I don't know if you can open tab in STV. And now I'm like playing on the other side of Waterson. He's like away from our combo, gets a backstab. Could have had the beam, but you tripping. This is great positioning and spacing here. And oh, we also have 2 minutes on the clock. Great job getting out there. I really like that. Especially because we know that their spy Micah just died already. Oh, this is annoying. I think like Triple saw that I was with these guys, and I was even calling that I was right, hoping he would come to me, but you know, it is what it is. 90%, we're still going to get Uber soon. I kind of don't like we don't really need to be pushing here off Uber with no spawns yet, because now like our demo and scout, yeah, like, okay, Triple stays alive, but we lose RJ. Now we somehow get some kills. Waterson gets a pick, Zuki gets a pick. So Super's fine enough. Oh, and we just have to stop the point too. I give it a sandwich. You build Uber slower if you're healing someone who's in a dispenser, but Scout on a chaotic fight like this is just so fucking good that I should not, absolutely not heal anyone except Triple. Can't believe I missed those 2 arrows. That was stupid. But good crit heals on Marty. Now running backwards while arrowing Zuki. That's very good. We call their Ubers terrible and we're in a 9v5-ish. And yeah, once their Scout is juggled like that with Marty playing so, like, oh, I can't tell you how happy I am to be playing with Marty because he like completely transforms Ubers for me. Like the enemy's Ubers and our Ubers, like suddenly they just make perfect sense with how Marty like spaces it out, even comes in on the Ubers, or if he's not like if he doesn't need to be in, he already knows that somehow. Like 15 seconds before the Uber, he's a genius that I can't even explain. So. In that situation, like, Marty had done so much work in that Uber that I got to play so out of position. And I got to play out of position in any other circumstance, but because of his play, it turned out that that position was now free. It's really nice from him. That was annoying with their spy. Like, we were playing close enough. What is he? What is going on here? Oh! Oh my god. Okay, I guess I was just a med sack after I died. Great coordination from the guys that maybe waiting for evil. Anyway, yeah, on that mid, yeah, we called the play forward again. Maybe I wasn't healing Triple enough, but or like, you know, I had seen that I didn't have enough players forward. But that's the thing. It's like if we keep calling to play forward, okay, and then I'm like, well, I don't want to be the only one in, so I'm going to back up. And then suddenly if RJ's like, well, I don't want to be the only one in, I'm going to back up. And then all 9 of our players just do that, and then no one's in, right? So you kind of have to be like a little bit more in just to inspire everyone else. And yeah, again, like great play from Micah, just fucking walk across point with a gun. You know, what are you going to do? Yeah, like, how does he see that? And was he just waiting on his own team's side for like 10 seconds, 12 seconds on mid? It's really, really well done from him. So could be doing a little better with those mid plays, the mid fights, I mean. Now, yeah, I'm waiting here for our sniper. We heal Watterson. Try and get an opening to let us go back in, because we did kill the medic. We're about even. Great pick from sniper. That's a W. That's a pressing W until we go in. And I'm gonna W like a win. I would really hope that after getting, yeah, look, another pick from Watterson, fantastic on their scout. Now we should for sure get this without using. Now my goal is to keep RJ and, oh, they use first. Okay, let's see what happens here. Great use on RJ to keep him alive. They split sides. RJ and Triple split up. Now Triple gets spammed out by the heavy and he can't go in. But Triple chase everyone else out a different way. Oh, nice surfing. Damn. Oh, yeah, I need to be healing RJ here. And the regen too. No one wants arrows today. I'm telling you, look on another night, like everyone is so badly wants these arrows and working together with me, but today everyone's playing hard to get. Excuse me. Nice positioning. I'm calling the demo here. This is actually pretty good for us that they're so far onto the flank, but it looks like we react pretty late. It's like we lost Zuki there as well. So now we're 85. I would say the call is wait until it's like half capped-ish and then push the point. We really don't want to split up our combo here, so we want to make sure Triple and RJ are ready to go in. We use early, keep these guys very healthy, stop the cap before it's like when it's about halfway. This positioning is good as well. I knew Triple could kill Melon after the damage that he had done, so giving that little rotate to give a flash on RJ with enough time to get out. Normally you don't want to go around that rock because you can get juggled by a spam class, or you can mostly get air blast by the pyro. But Melon had to so desperately hold on to DZ Creeper that was sort of free for me to walk through. And not necessary, you know. I probably could have just walked on our side of the rock and gotten out a little faster, but what are video games if we're not having fun? Now's another time to heal Watterson, but I'm not going to cross the sight line to go heal him, you know. Even if he like comes over to the rock for a buff and then goes back in that line, he's golden. But yeah, see, now I'm not able to heal him enough again. It's also one of those, like, that's how Watterson wanted to play. So it's not like his fault. But maybe if we were in like grand finals or something, we would work on like really, really tight to the medic because it's just so strong. Like, not only is having a buff going to help you win all the SVS fights, but, you know, you can survive, like, an extra rocket from the soldier. You can, having your combo around you is a lot harder to get backstabbed. Like, instead of this by getting a free pick on you, he has to decide between killing you or me. This is a risky milk, but I know, oh my. He's too hungry. Someone stole my sandwich. I guess let's leave it for now. Let's see what happens here. This is absolutely a time we needed to jump RJ in or someone, because their med had like a ton of time to get out in main. Yeah, I died of falling on China. Yeah, that was not a very good Uber. Like, I think we're like doing a good job now using Ubers a little bit earlier, especially because this map is so close quarters. It's not like using an early Uber on Asheville where it's like, all right, time to walk for 8 seconds. No, now it's like, all right, we have to walk for 2 seconds to get to their rock, but and the pyro up and the heavy and the mini, you know, Triple alone couldn't have done it. We needed at least one more thing to like get very deep. So that's not RG either unless he jumps, which we apparently didn't call. Or maybe we did and I didn't flash him. So I should have gotten out like much earlier. Like after I saw their 5 players in main and Triple walking at them alone, then that's the call for me already at like 70% left in the Uber to get out. But it didn't. I dilly-dallied and dawdled until I got killed. And we're bleeding a lot of players. Thank you to Triple for getting me out. So one of my favorite things when someone calls we're bleeding, when Triple's bleeding. It's one of those little things in life. Now I'm like terrified. I think Micah actually like made fall damage noise, or someone like had a really keen eye on like heard a decloak. I don't know, but yeah, it's very unfortunate for him. I do like this in an 8v, in a 9v7 to back up and get healed, because our teammates are in like a very good position and play that Uber fantastic. We had a lot of problems previously where our flankers would just, not our flankers, but like random players would go in and die like before the Uber or during the Uber, even when we were just trying to like break open a position with an Uber. So, oh, right. So it was nice when, in this Uber, like everyone was like waiting, ready to go, and then they commit. Let's check this one. Spoiler, only 2 more rounds that we win. That last one did kind of come down to the wire though. Like, we probably capped with maybe 25 seconds left on the clock, so it's not like it's that clean. Like, it feels like we're winning, but, then you look at the score and the clock, and it's not quite the case. Okay, so we got Sniper Medic right now. The only thing that can kill me is Spy. Or not. That's so stupid. I don't know if I've just given up. That's one of those things that's going to happen. Like, we're winning that mid. The call is to move forward. There's like 3 or 4 people that should be across point at that time. I actually want to watch that again. There's 3 or 4 people who should be across the point at that time, like on the point, contesting point. I was healing Zuki as one person who's not in. Okay, fine. Like, the Spy could kill me, so I shouldn't even be spy checking, let alone dedicating that much to healing. Let's pay very close attention to my positioning here. We're going to watch just that, this mid. Okay, holding my back against the wall, trying to get a buff on the Triple. Oh, now I hold closer to the rock. The soldier goes in, but fails the jump. Or, like, doesn't get anything with it. And dies as a result. Okay, so Triple's forward, RJ's forward, and then Giraffe just kind of walks at me, even though we're winning the mid. Yeah, like, why did 2 of our players just back up? That's so annoying.
The control point is being captured.
And it is also a little bit of like a Hail Mary from their team, like, should be trying to say, like, okay, we just got to get what we can get. So, put extra pressure in and try and salvage this or do something. And I guess what he thought would be spam pills actually just directed me. Yeah, but that sucks. Like, yeah, it's kind of picking hairs, like, really nitpicking. Like, maybe I should have been, like, slightly to the side, or, like, I could have been under hill when we knew the sniper was dead. Get absolutely fucked, Watterson. And then now, wow. Like, in that presence of mind, like, to go for the gunshot after the butter knife, like, I kind of saw him already in the middle of a bunch of players. Yeah, that was a little bit of a, like, kind of losing situation. Like, we won it, but, there's just so much chaos going on. And when it's such low health. That's when it shows a great play from my teammates, that both teams had pretty bad health, pretty bad positioning. And I even end up dying for it, but then my team is able to make the best out of a bad situation and get the capture anyway. Guess it does delay my spawn and stuff, but yeah, we need that time off the clock, I think. Like, that's 30 seconds we just got. That's bad positioning. That was stupid. That's completely my fault, and I should not have held that. Thank you for the 3 health sandwich. But that was just bad. It does bother me when people, like, don't come quite close enough for a buff, and I have to peek a little bit. But usually it's like, I'm more afraid of the sniper than the demo. Now we need a lot of arrows here. It's pretty unfortunate, but like, that's the thing too, is if we're all playing in this bad positioning, like, the healthy players are coming back into our hurt players, and we're all playing in a little bunch. Here, this is a really bad fight. I'm probably holding right click. Yes. Want to use on Triple right away, because either... Oh, we still don't have the point. Great. yeah, so they have really bad spawns and aren't getting anyone coming into this fight late. So, yeah, great play from us. It really sucks to drop triple at the end of that fight. That gives them a window for a repush fast, but. Just eye that sticky like, whoa, that's not good. Now I'm holding the right side of the wall, like close up to the wall, touching it so the demo can't really spam me. That's much better positioning. Like that's where you gotta hold now, like yeah, back against the wall if you don't want to get randomly directed. Now really, I'm like, you can tell how juicy it would have been for me to give Zuki a crit buff on their side of the point. Now I'm just doing the arrows, checking for spies between arrows. Sniper was probably called on China or something. That's the thing it counted. Oh, Sniper is China. Alright, great eyes. I think a sick play is coming. Look at, I double surfed the rockets up to cliff. Oh, baby, that's the play. Surf 2 rockets and like I crouch and hold S to try and like get back. And I just barely, because you know, once you get juggled by a second rocket, like kind of whatever agency you had for your strafe is gone. Man, that was good presence of mind to try and get up there. Now I'm just, so notice I made it look like I was walking away from Zuki. Whoa, this surfing. Damn. So in that soldier bomb, I made it look like I was walking away from our heavy to bait the soldier like deeper into me and then walk back towards Zukima. So first, that makes it really hard for Catalyst when I walk under him as he's bombing. And second, I'm playing inside of our heavy basically, so our heavy will like for sure be able to protect me. That's a very nice spam angle also with those rockets from their soldier Catalyst. I really like he's able to put so much damage on me from, and you know, again, even if they do 20 damage rockets, like hitting 2 on me as medic is already like I gotta back up. It's too dangerous. It would have been nice for us to stop this, but actually no, I'll say, wait, let me pause it. Okay, so I think it would have been a little nicer for us to stop the cap because we would have gotten Uber, but if we let them cap in a situation like that, they have really bad spawns. Like they already had their soldier and heavy dead, so that really elongates and prolongs their spawns. And in this Uber, like even if we drop half our players and they drop half of theirs, we're still better off if we give them the point first. So since we're up on time and we're about to have Uber, I think it's actually perfect. Like the absolutely right call to give them the point, let them cap, let them take the damage by walking forward, let them drop players, let them have bad spawns. Let us, you know, just build this Uber really calmly and casually and then walk in with our better spawns and good health. So I think that was the play for sure. And now we have with RJ. We're walking in. Nice waiting for triple. I'm checking for spy. We actually got so many picks here and the sniper's dead as well that we don't even need to use. So really nice. I was wondering why I didn't just walk with RJ, but yeah, after that fallen nerd pick, I guess Marty's putting in that work to see Fallen complaining in chat about the squirt shot. Now we get to go in on their combo and take this fight really deep because, yeah, we were talking about as well. We want to, like there's 10 seconds on the clock. They have to come in with Uber, but it's a lot better for us if they use the Uber halfway up their hill than if they use it across point into us. So we wanted to just like kind of stuff them, go in really deep, do as much damage as we could, and then make them like scramble and go crazy trying to get back in the last second. Oh, actually, I could put this over here. Look at that. Should have bubble us in there. And now I have my back to the rock. This is good, and looking behind us because I'm checking for spy. So that's like a small thing to keep in mind as we listen to the beautiful percussion of a heavy gun. Is if I have my back to the wall, I want to spy check every so often, but I can't be backstabbed that easily. So I'm watching for spam, I'm watching for something coming across point, I'm watching like for a bomb or stuff like that, so I can play that position according to what's happening. If I have my back to the rock, again, first it makes it very hard to get backstabbed, but second, I'm looking behind. Is there a spy coming? Is there someone else who has crit heals that's coming into the battle, you know? It's like, you could even think of it like if I'm against the wall, why would I look backwards? Or if I'm against the fence on the rock, why would I look forwards into that wall? So kind of taking a lot of advantage of not having to look where the action's happening like everyone else does. You know, really take advantage of that as medic when you're given the opportunity. Healing triple is definitely the play here. They do have a lot of presence on point. Yeah, arrowing RJ would have been so, like, mid-winning, I think, almost. Oh, we do lose one on the flank. Yeah, we're losing this. I should not be here. I should have been out 5 minutes ago. We're 85 right now. This is very bad out of them. Like, why are they so far back for so long when they're in a 8v6 or 8v5, rather? But now we have Uber, so we can even, like, stop them. I think we should stop this point capture. No. I guess we shouldn't have stopped that point capture. Alright, let's think about that again. So I thought it would have been nice to stop the point capture, let our spawns come back in. But you know what? The mid doesn't extend spawns. So normally the idea is like, okay, we make them use, we make them get a couple of picks, we run some more time off the clock. They don't get for the capture, but we don't have the clock. So there's no time to run down. And we don't mess up their spawns or anything. Man. So it's actually, the correct call was to leave. And I definitely should have left. It does get to a point where maybe even if I realize that after 5 seconds of my team telling it to me, you kind of can't leave anymore. So if I were to back up and like walk all the way downhill by myself with triple like behind our house, then, you know, one demo or something could have killed me, or a sniper or whatever it was. So we end up getting committed and having to use anyway at that point. But yeah, I should have backed up with my team. That was a mistake by me. That's a really good pick from Watterson. Now we just go in. Oh, I don't remember if we forced these a creeper or not, though. It looks like I'm playing pretty far back. I just spotted the spy. Looks like we're playing pretty far back. Maybe they still have Uber, but I don't know. I think buffing Penguin and Watterson is the play more than Zukima, but then no, it's 50-50 because a heavy crit heal is 150 health in 2 seconds. Remember, normally you heal 25 health per second for non-crit heals, so, you know, getting to do triple the heals on someone who can do a lot of work with it is nice. Now I know triple's going to go forward, and I know the sniper's down, so I'm not playing on Watterson now. Nice shooting. I'm just going nuts. Look at Evil. Damn. On the Ambassador, Watterson gets these a creeper from their house, okay? I can play a little greedy because, again, the spy and sniper are dead. Hello? Team? Okay. Yeah, that was maybe some kind of flank adventure, or I don't know what. Yeah, keeping the beam on triple is good. Now I want to stop Zukima from dying at least before arrowing him. That's another great one. So if someone's at... here's an easier one to think about. Like in sixes, if your demo's at mid and he has 100 health, you want to give him the beam. If he has like 70 health, then you want to give him an arrow because it'll bring him up to full health the fastest. If he's at like 20 health, you want to give him the beam because this time he'll die to like a random roller or like a splash rocket from 3 feet away. So there's kind of like, if their health is like too high for an arrow, then you give them the beam. But if it's also too low, you still want to give them the beam just to save them. So like for Zuki, when he's at the point he would die to like 1 pill or something, like around 100 health, that's when I want to, or like 80 health, whatever he was at, that's a good time to give him the beam instead. Like give him enough where he can survive 1 or 2 shots, then I can start arrowing, but then people started coming in and it looks like his position was compromised anyway. Oh no, yeah, okay, we're safe enough. Now the medic is committed on the rock, sending triple in deep. This might not have been the way to go again, because we didn't have anyone else in the Uber with it. Nice fight. We're kind of trading picks. We're trading picks in the weirdest way. We're getting more, but our respawns are worse, so it's just about an even scenario. Now we're not getting any picks for a while, so I want to be leaving. And again, I am alone. I don't know why. So now I like go and walk forward with Penguin, who's calling and spotting what's there, and then I back way up to safety. Cause like I'm not trying to commit all the way in. Let's call him the spy. I even like jump to try and surf a body shot from surf a revolver shot from the spy. Yeah, they just kind of got all over us. Even the soldier was behind us there, you see. So we just got like completely surrounded without enough of our players and not playing deep enough on point. So here we get Diesel Creeper. That's another thing for you main callers, or even just you people who can speak in general, where if you think you're going to lose the point, or like if it's almost certain that you should lose the point, you kind of want to go for as many picks as you can. Like, it's pretty much okay to die, because if you're about to lose the point, and let's say you send in 4 of your players and they're all going to guaranteed die, the thing is, if they get those picks and the other team, you know, if they trade 4 for 4 and the other team captures, we have better respawn, so we go back in right away. If they don't get those picks, then, or like either they go in and cause enough chaos and stuff, or they delay the clock a little bit and do all this, and what was that first thing I just said? Yeah, either they get the picks and delay the spawns and stuff, so the other team is like, you know, they got the point for now, but we're going to get it again 25 seconds later, plus we delayed it by sending those guys in for the play. Or these guys just straight up win. Like, they went in and even like got the medic and all this stuff, so they didn't even get to cap. So it's like, okay, they got pressure on point, they have better numbers, better health, better spawns, better positioning. Like, this is a Hail Mary. Just go in and die and fight for this, because we're going to lose it. So turns out that they were actually even just able to go crazy and get enough picks. That was a great play out of Marty too, I saw, for us to be able to hold that point. So yeah, it's kind of like a win-win. Just sack a bunch of players when you lose in the point. As long as we get me out for safe, there's nothing to lose whatsoever. That was a really, really good play from us. We're playing a lot more heads up now, it feels like. You know, we talked about bleeding players in the scrims. I called that spy for like a minute. Yeah, like not bleeding players anymore. It's like, okay, everyone, if we're all, like, get healthy, stay healthy, we're in this fight, and our call after that is to... And now I probably should be arrowing Zuki. I don't know why I'm not. Maybe I'm trying to get uber faster. Zuki's somehow fine anyway. Alright, GG. You know, while we're here, I want to just go and look at our first scrim, which was against Krusty Krab. On Sunday. We'll look at just the first half. I guess it is the 3. We'll just see what we see. If it's interesting, we'll stay. If not, then we won't. But maybe I'll take some takeaways from that match. Yeah, so mids, it was a little bit rough with who we had. Maybe I should have been... Like, I think I should keep in mind, after a certain number of seconds, like, start having at least an exit strategy, right? So if it's already been 10 or 12 seconds into the mid, and, like, we're kind of winning or losing, I shouldn't be holding, like, up against rock anymore. I should be maybe, like, in main, rotating somewhere, or preferably, like, on hill, getting ready to back out, or go in, either one. So, moving to hill, as long as their sniper's not watching. What else? In our ad Ubers, we had a lot of trouble killing the med. Triple is just so good that he's able to devour the medic anyway a lot of the time. But in those times where we're like, you know, sending him into a 1v5 into their medic with all of their players around, then I think we need to have ahead of time who we're taking. Coordinating our combo Ubers a little bit better, saying which way we're going to go, and not, you know, even telling people that they're out of the Uber. I think these guys have kind of figured it out a little bit, but if we're at the point where they have to think like, oh, I'm just not in this, like, get halfway through the Uber and say, oh, I was never in this in the first place, like, that's not good. You know, that shouldn't be the normal, right? So we have to work on a little bit better of directing our Ubers before they happen. And that was like, that usually is what I used to do back at, you know, like, let's say last season, but now with Zukiwa doing a lot of the calls, now I'm like, okay, we're getting ready to use, and then everyone else decide what we're doing with it. But, you know, no one's really deciding which way we go that far in advance. What else? That's about it. I guess let's see just what we see here. Yeah, I wish RJ, when he was safe in main, had stayed still for an arrow. I really would like to heal triple here too. Yeah, that's something we've had a lot of trouble with, is Triple, like, doesn't play the beam a lot of the time. Or, like, he's decided, like, if we say to play the beam, or he says to play the beam, then he'll do it. But if we haven't, like, totally made it explicit, then, you know, kind of disappear. Nowhere to be found for extended periods of time. So they have just Syath and Satan right now. I like that forward pressure of going in for extra picks, because if he gets a kill on Syath or Satan right now, then that's great. But I know that Syath or Satan couldn't kill me even if they just walked at me in a straight line in that position, so bringing those heals forward is nice. Getting buffs here. I buff our soldier before our demo man, even though our demo has crit heals, because the soldier's going to leave. That's another big tip. Healing flankers before combo classes is useful and important. Here I just hold in the spam angle, and I know I'm going to die to spam. Give a sandwich to one of the enemies. Yeah, so that's fine. Now a great jump from RJ. Oh, no enemy took the sandwich. JJ gets our teleporter. When your side was on rock, now I'm like, I must keep Watterson full healed. And then he gets Demento on Sniper. So now that he doesn't have to win an FBS, we don't need his buff as much. Again, it would have been nice for him, like we have our heavy on Cliff, our demos rock, like he should have just played with us, I think. But what do I know about fragging? Certainly nothing. Aaron has crits, so that's a nice buff too. Don't forget Aaron top fragged in that first half of the match that we already watched. And a demo pick. Aaron's unstoppable. Listen to that thing. I'd fear him too. Yeah, that's the problem with the Ubers now that I think about it. We should have just used crits on the Widowmaker for Aaron instead of these stupid fucking demo scout Ubers. Pointless. I don't know why his heal bubble was so dark there. It looked like he needed a lot more health, even though he was only missing, what was that, 16 or something, or 14? Now we're doing another one of those where we kind of wait for them to get point presence and time on the point. That sucks. Nice from JJ. Now I'm just like sprinting away from the sniper sight line. Aaron kills Blake and Satan. Whew. That is a fiend on this map. What the hell? Even Exile knows. That's actually unbelievable. Like, that's one of those things too. Like, again, you know, we can't even. Oh, Watterson's on Razorback, of course. But during that match, again, he top fragged in the first half. Like us, we couldn't even see that. But you know, just again saying like, oh, like this is a really good after Uber or something. You know, we're doing a really good job in this fight. You're staying healthy and stuff, right? That's all. Like, that must mean that someone's doing it, and I guess it's Aaron. That was nice enough positioning. Again, great from Marty. So perfect to stay there and stay with me. Like, I probably should have backed, but because, you know, Marty is my longest teammate in Highlander and my dearest teammate. And I'm so happy to be playing with him again. And there, like he knows I want to stay, and I know he's going to help me stay. So we just get to stay without even saying anything. And it's so, so strong, because if I had left without him knowing, or he left without me knowing, then that would have fallen apart. But because he's such a heads-up player, we're able to make very well by it. That's another one too. Like, it's so frustrating. Again, like, we're already not really choreographing our Ubers ahead of time that well, but you know, we keep using on our side of the point, because in a lot of these scrims, like, you know, we want to milk, we want to use later, but then no one will call a trap or no one will call a sniper. So it's like, okay, I take either. If I milk, it's a 50-50. If I die, or our Uber's great. But if I use like 30% early, then, you know, when we have to run across the point with that time, then at least we know our Uber will probably be okay enough. So, yeah, that sucked. I mean, we need to like sit down on the server and like really decide, or like sit down with the demo and really decide, like, all right, how do we get Rogue in safely, and how do I as Rogue like play off these guys and their calls and stuff to not force early. This is very insightful. I'm glad we pulled up this Scrim demo. Thanks for bearing with me if you're still with us. That would have been a huge arrow, and that would have saved Zuki too. He's alive? Right. Yeah, that would have saved Zuki if I hit that arrow on RJ. Ha! I thought that was Marty for real. Love that crunch when you arrow a spy. This guy sees a friendly. So nasty sounding. Alright, so we dropped a lot. Oh, we don't have the point yet. There we go. I was about to say it would have been a little bit rough. I'm going to stay where I was, but I thought we had it. So we lose 3 right away, and I do start to back right away. That's nice. Great. And we even get some picks, but... let's see. Can we push into their sniper with no sniper of our own? Looks like the answer is no. But again, now we like let them have the point. We don't go for that kind of play to send anyone in deep or anything, but we do... I lost my train of thought. We don't send anyone in deep to go for the play. Oh, but we do like make sure we get all our spawners, keep everyone safe and healthy, and let them like have this position where they have the worst spawns. That might have been a decloak I just heard. This is really good milking. That was fantastic. Like, look at that. Did you see that distance of the beam where I was almost behind our rock and RJ is on their rock? Like, that's how long the beam lasts. So, calling to RJ to play this beam here and milking the super as well as we did, that was fantastic. Nice surf. And pick on Exile. I feel comfortable enough to go in on the flank here after we had called that the flank was clear. Another one calling medic with perfect amount of health for an arrow and not staying still. Okay, we're down 3. We don't have an Uber. No sniper. Oh, maybe it wasn't so good for me to be here. Yeah, and they start pressuring. Oh, I do leave immediately. Okay, that's nice. Can't heal our sniper. It would have been very nice to have Bozuki there. It feels like in a lot of these situations for the arrows, like I'm seeing the scenario where it's really, really important and like it would turn the tide of a fight to hit an arrow or two. But my team is like not really wanting to play around them so much. Which is a little bit unfortunate. Great, perfect time to force there. This is fantastic. Flash Zuki enough to get him out, but triples deep enough to stay in. And I don't even fear Satan because we have enough players on the side of the point to kill him. Phenomenal. That was fantastic. I feel like, and you know, my positioning and my positioning is okay, but like my serves and my heal order, I feel most confident about those, and those were still good in the match. But here, like stuff like my positioning is way better than in the match, and my Ubers are way better than in the match. So I am like, man, I feel like I came in super hot to Viaduct Week, and then I just fell asleep a little bit during the match, or you know, playing without my mouse plugged in. It would have been really nice to arrow triple there, but yeah, being bunched up around all those people. And then we drop RJ to save triple. Yeah, that sucks. Like, there's a play to go in or back up, and then our hurt player goes into our healthy players, and then they're all taking the same spam. I use to save triple, but then RJ dies. So, you know, again, like just like everyone's on a completely separate page for how to handle these Ubers, and that really sucks. Nice. Erase it back, man. It wouldn't even be so bad. You would think the math would work out where, like, at least I was building because he didn't have a full buff with a Razorback, but of course not. Of course it counts as a full buff. So, normally I would, like, you want to leave to the bottom of the cliff there and get out, but they are so close already when they use, and we see they're on the low ground under our rock, like, between the rock and main. So, by staying at the top of cliff there, like, staying on cliff, rather, and staying with my teammates, we have a really good position to keep me alive. Like, they would have to jump one player only into me, where they would have to use a rocket or a stick to jump, and then our guys are shooting at them, and I'm oh, do I live? Nice. And I had so many plays around me, and I can surf and can take a couple shots too. So there's just no way they could have killed me if I stayed, but they could have killed me if I tried to leave. So that's a funny example of like we want to stay in. Suki steals my arrow. Giving Marty a sandwich. They use very early. I kind of thought about going left, but apparently I didn't. Use on triple and wait until they start shooting at RJ, or RJ calls he wants to jump. That doesn't even happen, so triple gets a hold over. That was fan-fucking-tastic. I can't believe what a difference these demos make. It wasn't even like we had a ring or something. And these are the earlier scrims, so this is like when we're super rusty. I haven't played Viaduct since 2019. I mean, it wasn't even in last season, so MCM was completely new to this map. Our debut performance. Yeah, there I got a little overzealous, and then it's at the point where like I need to find an opening to leave. Like if I leave too early, I'm going to die. If I stay too long, I'm going to die. So I need to stay just long enough where I can get out. And that was an example of that. Nice job. So we're at 70% here, and we have... oh, they didn't capture yet. That's why I'm like trying to explain to myself now. Like, okay, this position maybe isn't totally terrible. But yeah, we had the point. I thought they had it. Yeah, I want to start getting back in here, but this one always stresses me out when I have to come all the way up here and the demo's on the floor. Yeah, great job milking, great job getting a position, body blocking to keep Syath out. This is amazing. Flashing Marty at the last second to either airblast or Uber or go a whole W at him. Meeting up with Zuki to give him a buff after Uber at his really powerful spot on Trash. Oh, such good play. But, and a sniper on Cliff. That was such a fantastic Uber.
Let's keep this job confidential. We have lost control point.
What? Oh, quick fix. Great call. If there's less than 30 seconds total on the clock, go quick fix. Less than like 20. Because, you know, maybe with overtime you can get an Uber. A quick fix, like look how well I can kite the scout. I get a speed boost. He gets super healthy. Oh yeah. Look at that. I just captured it with me and a Watterson. Medic and sniper capture the point and win the round. Holy. Why didn't we watch this demo? Why did we watch the other one? That demo blows. Yeah, see, this is that mid I guess I was talking about, like early in the scrim. So just like 8-1 stick in a pipe and that's it. It's over. So I did kind of fuck it up. Like I let myself get juggled. Usually if you like hold the left wall and run straight, or you hold the right wall and run straight, then you can get through, at least get through without dying to the stickies and pipes. But I think from now on I'm going to be rolling out like around the backside of the house, which is also nice because it lets me meet up with RJ right away. But yeah, our heals are slightly worse. I miss a top off on triple if I go behind house, so a triple being our scout. Don't forget that not everyone knows everyone's names here, you know, just in case one of my mentees or whoever happens to be watching. Great spy checking. I probably would like to be with my team here. Now I know I can cross. Marty finds a spy, thank God. Great picks here. We have so much pressure. Our health is great. We know we got the spy as well. I think their sniper might have just been a spawner. Or either that or we got to call him where he was. Never mind. Yeah, that. So I overstayed my welcome a bit. But yeah, that was really nice. Really well played. I can't believe we won that cap last round. That was so stupid. Evil and Busy going for a little smooching connector. That's an exile pick. We go in on that, I think. Or we should go in on that, and we should go faster. They have Uber, right. So it looks like our flankers went in. As you see, RJ and Penguin went down too. Great job from them. Getting around to 50%. We're not really... We want to push before we get this Uber. Let's see if we do it. What is that particle effect? Does Marty have like a pipe? There's like smoke? A smoke trail? Or was it Zuki? We're down 4 now. Maybe we had gotten a call on the sniper where I feel comfortable enough bringing heals a bit forward. Because now if we get like 1 or 2 picks, that's really nice, right? So we got JJ, so that's going to help us a lot in this Uber. Being Amanda Panda, being a soldier. Try better naming the class instead of the name. This is great too. Like we get in so deep, we milk it super long. Like this is what we were missing in our other scrim, in like our Monday scrim and match rather. Do not arrow Aaron, otherwise he's going to whine at me. How could you blame me for wanting to arrow our top frag? I don't know. I can't help it. In fact, I wish I didn't have to heal anyone except Aaron. I don't know if you can even see my eyes from this POV, probably not, but when I'm in a situation like this, I'm only watching their health on the bottom. That's why I very, very, very strongly recommend for any medic player, don't use the thing where it puts their health above them. Because when you're actively healing them, it moves it way under your crosshair. But then, if you have to look and point your crosshair to see how much health they have, or it goes above their head, then it's like, you're looking like up here, then at your crosshair, then under your crosshair, then like aiming at someone to see their, you know. So it's just so much. So always, I really recommend keeping the health indicators both under your crosshair. And so what I'm doing here is I'm like calculating in my head, like, okay, how much crit heals does this person have? I can heal this person for these seconds, but this flanker needs it faster, so a half crit heal on Pyro, top off this flank player, get back on our Pyro, and then sit in our sniper the rest, you know. So I'm just watching only these bars, seeing first how fast they go for the crit heals. Second, keeping track of, like, as I'm healing one guy, I'm looking at everyone else's health, and then planning out in my head how I'm going to handle these next heal orders. So that's something I think that's super, super effective on a map like this, because even somewhere else, like, you know, if you're on like upward, you know, you're walking forward with your demo on offense, or if you're on defense, then you're just sitting there with your heavy until you get forced, right? But here it's like every bit counts, and every one of these heals is can win or lose a fight. So you have to max out every second that you have with this heal beam. That little crouch was like, I meant to like crouch and surf to like try and like kind of C-tap a surf, or to you know, just surf whatever's coming my way for longer than if I was just jumping. Standing still and taunting. I don't know if he was calling medic or not, and then I missed the arrow still. They're 5 down, no demo, medic, soldier, sniper. We should get this easily without using, so you can see I even extend very deep that I'm going to use. And then they're heavy and engineered is walking us, so I back up again. I don't know about you, I sure heard that decloak. Check the time real quick. But this heal order is great. Healing RG and triple the most. Tap Marty and Zuki for crit heals every so often. Wait for them to force us. I'm playing like a bit forward. I should play more in that corner, but yeah, then like of course a player will like sit behind the rock and ask for a buff instead of coming a little bit closer to me. The triples hurt enough and their combos committed that we use now. I should have flashed RJ half a second sooner. Even let's get the stab anyway. Listen, Bull tells me that Blake is the Nursey incarnate, but I think I had something like half of Blake's deaths in each of these halves and out-healed him pretty convincingly. That's why I really felt super hot in these scrims. Really out for blood here. And then the match, I was out for like... Can't think of any bodily fluid other than blood that's not disgusting, so I'm just gonna let that punchline die. Nice.
Mission ends in 30 seconds.
Oh, there's only like 6 minutes in this demo. I guess we'll stay to the end. I might want to use on triple right away. Yeah. Oh, this is a risky milk, but it looks like it paid off. That's another one. I don't know if you saw my crosshair, but I'm like looking straight down at triple's health. So like once his health goes to a certain spot, then I'm out. I think this was unfortunately a misplay out of the rest of our team. Like I understand why me and triple and maybe one other person could have died. Like namely RJ should have died, I guess, if our Uber was that bad. But yeah, our flank just got eaten up. I don't know what happened there. Not that it's their fault, but you know, it happens. Not everyone can have Aaron on their flank, but I guess maybe one or two of their guys might be able to click on someone every, you know, here and there. Full buffing, like, you know, doing the rollout for the demo and scout is important, but then full buffing heavy and soldier is the next most important, I think. Because they're like going 2-point or going in. Penguin is so in. Triple even gets Kresnik. Watterson gets Blake somehow. Yeah, I survived that Vizu pick. I actually like this a lot. Okay, I guess I can leave. Oh yeah, we killed the spy too, so it's fine for me to leave. But yeah, I like that I kind of, you know, stayed in too deep for too long. Just because I kind of felt like I could get away with it. Can you imagine? I always wonder what it's like for these classes where they'll just take like a full charge body shot and be like, oh man, can I get a heal? Meanwhile, there's me having nightmares about snipers being in a sight line every night. I love having heavy on concrete over there. Zuki really went off on this map too. Like he's kind of like a little bit of an unsung hero, and we did have some difficulties, but like even just him trying to make the best of those kinds of situations did a lot. I've been talking to some of my mentees about being more communicative. Like even if your fundamentals are great, the talking is the big difference maker. Like, right, so right there, RJ and Triple think they're getting Ubered by me, and we're going into them. But then somehow like Satan was maybe playing that close, like, you know, in that corner between the fence and the rock where you're like just near the point. So maybe Satan was playing there and was waiting to air blast me. So, you know, technically there's not much I could have done there. You know, I just got walked up by a pyro that we didn't see and no one called, and then, you know, I'm out of the Uber and then can't heal those guys. But as soon as it happens, when I'm screaming to Triple and RJ is saying, hey, I'm blasted, I'm not with you, I can't heal you, pyro's on me, I'm out of this Uber essentially. And then Triple comes running back, and like he hears that call and comes back. But then if you're RJ, at least you know, like you're hearing like your medics screaming, I'm out of the Uber, then RJ knows like, okay, whatever I do, I gotta do it now because I'm gonna die any second. I should die in like 2 seconds. So that's why in that Uber I'm calling like who I'm healing, I'm calling how long I'm healing them for, I'm calling who's in the Uber, who's not, and then I'm saying like, I'm out of the Uber, I can't heal you, pyro on me, I'm blasted, you know. So once the Uber is like just before it's used and the whole time while it's used, you want to talk like non-stop as medic. Even call your teammates stuff. Like if your demo's doing damage, your scout's going deep, say it. You know, even if you double call, if your scout's like, I'm chasing their med, I'll also say our scout's chasing their med, you know, just in case that like, you know, maybe they get like, you know, they're really focused on what they're doing, or maybe they make the call but like 3 seconds later, you know. So I want to call that right away because I can do more looking around than them, and I can do more talking than them because I don't have to focus on perfectly aiming it all the time. So take advantage of, like, you want to stay off the calls when you don't need to be making calls, but if you have an opportunity like this where what you say is like how your Uber is going is the most important thing right now, and you're the best person to convey how the Uber is going. So what a wonderful situation to take advantage of as medic. And so I play a little bit. I don't know why we had me going forward there. Maybe we were going for a jump, and I was supposed to... Yeah, that's it. Okay. So it's buffing our jumpers? How the hell? Did you see that? Like, so a soldier, demo, and spy all just died, and then suddenly your sniper picks the medic. It's fine that Watterson wasn't playing with it. It's Sayaf chasing Zuki all the way over here. Trolled, he says. I love Sayat so much. I am ascending. Just kidding. So, right now we want to kind of be baiting the point. Like, 2 picks, it's not good picks, but it's something. Yeah, I thought you're getting damaged and me deciding, like, I'm also at the point where something could just walk at me a little bit and I'm going to be in a really bad spot, so I used too early there. I shouldn't have used, but yeah, what was it called to tell RJ to stop capturing the point even though that was a winning scenario for us, or maybe bring someone else in, I don't know. It was just not well done. And that was not well done from me. Like, I probably made the worst of... I made the worst choice out of, like, 2 already bad choices. So, I could have played that better, but the situation was already pretty fucked. I always am tapping my heavy. Talking about those crit heals. Always, always, always tapping the heavy, checking for crit heals. They use... I was a bit too far forward, but Triple does a great job getting me out. There, I expect... So the soldier, as he shoots me, he knows I want to leave and knows I want to run. So he's going to shoot his second rocket and pre-fire into, like, that exit from main to spawn. Knowing that, I surf towards it, and then away from it at the last second. So he couldn't possibly kill me with a rocket by pre-firing it into main. So we're down 4, but so are they, but we already have point mostly capped, or partially capped anyway, and we have, I'm not getting an assist for that. We had point partially capped, and, you know, they were down just as many as we were, but we had the heals. Another one, too, that I love doing. Interesting time to pause. Alright, I guess we have a nice screenshot here. But anyway, something that is super effective, and I was talking to someone else about recently, too, is different people respond to in different ways. You know, for someone, you know, they respond really well to positive feedback. Other people respond really well analytically, like, okay, if you do this and they do that, you know, stuff like that. So with sniper means, as fragile as their hearts are, not that Watterson is that far gone, but like anytime I hear a headshot, I say nice shot. It's such an easy thing and it's so simple, and it like makes them feel good about themselves to do better and go for more shots and like feel like they're contributing to the team. And they are, you know, that's a lot of damage, and that's, you know, keep hitting more of those, and I'm going to keep saying it, right? So telling snipers a nice shot or telling anyone, like complimenting anyone is free as long as you're not clogging comms. So that's something very effective as well. What did I want to do here? Watterson kills their medic. I don't know if we forced because of that, or no, it looks like this is we were using to stop, because again we said, okay, let point get half capped, and then we use to stop it. This is something... before I move on, I also am looking at the kill feed, and we lost our sniper and soldier. So we have to, if we're our flank here, we want to keep in mind, okay, we absolutely have to stay alive. We'll go back in after Uber. Because a lot of times we're like bleeding our flank or bleeding more combo members that aren't in the Uber during these Ubers that should be winning. Because we shouldn't really... We should probably lose 1 or 2 more people here, but that's it. If we lose like 3 or 4, that's way too many. If we lose 0, then my teammates are gods. The last thing I want to mention about the snapshot here is we've also had a lot of trouble, like, you know, I guess maybe just from different play styles or something, but of playing the beam in these Ubers. So do you see, like, Triple's like, okay, I'm now running in a straight line without stopping no matter what. But if you're RJ, you're like, hey, I need a flash because I'm going to take some spam and I'm maybe peeking a trap and stuff like that. So I have to flash RJ. But for Triple here, now he's so fast that I will not flash him again. I cannot reach him. So let's even watch this in slow motion. Like, this is... I was just talking to Triple, I think literally yesterday, about playing the beam more. So, like, let's watch this at 20% speed. It's like Triple's going in. I can't reach him. Look, he's taking damage from the heavy, taking all this and that. Finally, I'm close enough to get him, and I get him. And he didn't take that much. But imagine if they didn't push across point left. Imagine if they had backed up more. Triple would have been basically out of the Uber by outrunning me that whole time. So you want to play like maybe half to 3/4 of the beam when we're in these kinds of Uber scenarios. Oh, here, this is something where I know I have enough speed boost, and I know we're already winning this, but I know I have the speed boost from the scout where I put myself a little bit farther ahead, where hopefully people will shoot at me, or I'll body block someone, or whatever it is. I'll block the spam, you know. So now what I'm going to do, now I've done that job, is I'm going to run in a straight line to get out of here. I actually probably should have gone back into main, but I think we already called that we were winning this pretty convincingly. Good picks, almost even time.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
Waterson's off the Razorback. Now we heal him. RGL's off a hot headshot right away. The dispenser will take spam before use, so you can hold inside the dispenser to survive a free rocket. Or 2 or 3, or stickies or whatever, rollers, who cares. We're 90, we don't have yet, and this is a really bad situation that I despise as medic when, you know, if we're at like 88 there, if I were building, we would have had by now and can use. But because we got our scout to full health right away, we now are no longer building. And it takes a long, long time. It's like almost a third of the rate of the building the Uber when you're healing someone at full health like this, at full buff like this. So now what I should, like, have some healing triple here. It's like, okay, we're going to use. But then if you're triple, you're like, okay, it just went from like 88 to like 94. So we're going to get it in just a second. But no, suddenly at 94, it's like 94, 95, 96. So that's why now what I'm probably going to do is just go on to RJ, because you see his little health cross bubble is pretty dark red. So I know he's going to have enough to get us from 95% to 100%. So likely what I'm going to do is get on RJ, hold right click, because we use right away, and then flash triple as soon as I can. I missed the click onto RJ, but that's exactly what happens. And then I try and flash RJ, but I missed the click onto him too. Sometimes these guys are hard to hit. I've been telling Triple 2 that if you jump or double jump when you need the beam, I can get it to you for sure. But if you're running between teammates and around corners, I can't help you. Like, it's not that I can't help you, but it's a lot harder to help you either. There I got shot by the sniper in the body because jumping in sniper sight lines is good, and my teammates don't know what they're talking about. Because if he was aiming at my head, he hits me in the body and I surf it out. Just kidding, that's not always good to do. You want to give it the ODB shuffle a lot of the time, but in a situation like that, I think it's fine. I was playing out in the open there for no reason. I should have been more, like, hiding passively in rocket or heavy. Even if I should have been healing triple there, it was fine if I were to instead play with Tsukima and tell triple I'm off him so that he knows to come back. That might have been a decloak. Never mind. I'm on triple. RJ gets owned. Healing our heavy with quick fix is very good as well. Probably scout is the best. There's a lot of pressure on that side of the point, so I don't feel like dealing with it. Okay, so their healing Zuki was the best because it was closer to point than triple. Then when triple comes back in, I bring the beam to him instead because he can now get farthest across point. So wow, that was a really great. And I think I had something like 4 deaths or 5 deaths in that 4-round game. So that's fantastic. Like, that's so low. Like, 1 per round is already great, and less than that is amazing. So I'm glad we went over that second demo. And yeah, interesting takeaways. All right. Cool. Thanks for watching.